be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky, home of the Wildcats. As we'll see a squad from the back, the Toledo Rockets, taking on a team from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Kentucky ready to go toe meets leather and start this game. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Toledo's offense will have the football first. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Line getting set on second down. Pulls it and fires to the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation, 3rd and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
And the Rockets are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Running back searching for a hole. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. The Rockets send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. So Kentucky's offense has the ball for the first time. And Jesse, they've got a running back that they'd love to feature in this if he is able to answer the challenge.
Yeah, and listen, this guy might not be a Heisman finalist, but he can break off long runs. And this defense, David, they better be ready. They better pack a lunch, show up today, and try to...
He's got it at the 25. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. They build their attack around those big plays, and they got one to give them a 1st and 10 in the red zone at the 18. The lone back's got it. Nice move to keep running. Inside the 10-yard line is shoved out of bounds at the 9.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. The Wildcats are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
Well, it's an offense that prides themselves on being physical. No mystery there. You need 1 yard, turn around, hand it off, let him go to work.
Kentucky will come to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list, making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Trying to find the end zone. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. 3rd and goal from the 2. Trying to power it in. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
All right, you've now tried running the ball down here a couple times. It hasn't worked. What are you going to do on 4th down? Are you settling for a field goal? Or do you've got a play in your back pocket to go get you 6?
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And this ought to be a chip shot from about 20 yards out. Never a doubt. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. Nice return there, and he'll be dragged down at the 34. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Safe completion on the screen. Makes a man miss. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit them with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. Wants to throw. It's Gleason. Pulls it in. It's Rudolph. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Kentucky has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
They tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket, and he comes away with a sack.
And the Wildcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to go up top. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, this offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion. So third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front four to get the job done on third down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
Kentucky sent out the punting unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play just outside the 20. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Into a mass of giant bodies, we'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to throw, it's Gleason. Jukes his way for more. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw on first down. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. He'll do it himself. Makes it past the marker. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another first down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
And the Rockets are marching down the field. Gives it on the option. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense. Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. They'll run it from the gun. Turning it on. There he goes. Inside the... and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Toledo.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. He can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown run.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive. And that was some way to cap it off with a 42-yard touchdown jaunt. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. He'll start this drive firing, trying to set up the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down leaves him in second and manageable.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
The Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Leaves it with the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. And the Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to get the first through the air. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Kentucky will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Running to Green. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Rockets with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking downfield, it's Gleason. Unloads to the wideout. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Rockets will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. All the way back to the 15. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. They'll immediately call timeout.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Wildcats line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Floating away. Going to try to get it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. Right on target this time. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lexington, but let's just go with notable. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Old Commonwealth Stadium and Kroger Field.
The Rockets will kick it away to crank up the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
He'll keep it himself. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
And that's what I love about the QB run game in this offense, is it just keeps these defenses off balance. We're going to see a lot of running backs doing their work between the tackles in this game as well. But you see how mixing in the quarterback run, too, it just keeps this defense so confused.
Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, the offense is trying to run the counterplay into the boundary. Those pulling linemen, though, actually led extra linebackers to the point of attack, and as a result, they were able to get a tackle for loss.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Quick release on the RPO. It's a running room. And he's out of bounds, but not before a good, sizable pickup, and that has been a rare sight in this one.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. Runs. The ball's free. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it, and I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They'll try the run. Shakes off the defender. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. To the air, it's Gleason. Got it in the middle, it's Holly. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
And that's the advantage of being a big wide receiver because now you're a big target. And on these slant routes, you don't have to run the perfect route, but you can use your size and your physicality to get the job done almost every time.
Wants to go up top on first down. Caught over the middle, it's Holly. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Got the completion on the last play, still some work to do on 2nd down. He'll pull it on the read. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Pressure coming. Grabbed in the middle. It's Christian. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Looking downfield, it's Gleason. Snagged in the middle, it's Rudolph. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Toledo has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the 3rd quarter stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. They'll run it out of the shotgun. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking for space, it's Christian. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he's incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, I think the ball just got on the receiver so quickly. He took his time working his route, and by the time he got his head around, ball was already there, and he just wasn't able to stab it.
And the Rockets will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Special teams coming through as they pin him back. They'll mark it dead at the 10. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback will keep it. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the 4th quarter.
It's complete to the left. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
And the Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Finds his man. It's Law. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
And they get the completion, and they get out of bounds, which is obviously important to stop the clock. But what's really important now is it's 4th down. And that made it more manageable, but obviously the clock is not as important as making sure you get this 4th down conversion.
Hunt is on its way. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. He'll do it himself. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Really nice job by the defense getting that last stop. All 3rd downs in games are important, but this one just feels like it's the biggest down of this game right now for this defense. If they can get off the field, they've got to give it back to their offense with as much time as possible to have a chance to win this game.
Looking to throw, it's Gleason. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but it's only by 1 possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wide receiver comes in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Going for it all. Got it in stride at the 15. Touchdown, Wildcats. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And at this stage of the game in the fourth quarter, big-time players make big plays in big games. What a great job after he secured the catch in the open field, showing off the speed, taking it to the house, and with it, his team now has the lead.
Needs this one to push the lead to a field goal. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Lets it fly. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
Well, they hit that deep crossing pattern, and a nice job by the quarterback there, keeping his eyes down the middle of the field. He's not telegraphing where he's going to throw it. He knows he's got to give his guy a chance to work through the traffic, get all the way across the field, but you can't let the defense know where you're going with it. So really good timing between those two on that play.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They knocked him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack, even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away, use those long arms to create the turnover.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
And the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
The Wildcats come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And under critical 3rd down here in the 4th quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Wildcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He caught it. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Such a tough spot to be in on defense because you're trailing, you're expecting the offense to run the football. They just did it on the last play, and then on a critical 3rd down, they go play action, and they throw it over your head. You got to feel for this defense.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Kentucky.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Back to pass. It's Gleason. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
And I love the personnel group that the defense is in right now. With the lead late in a 2-minute situation, you're seeing extra DBs on the field. You know the offense is going to try and throw the football. So faster guys, good job that time getting to the ball, knocking it away, forcing the incompletion. You stay in this personnel grouping if you're on defense.
2nd and 10, he'll throw again. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
I think at this time, you just have to throw caution to the wind. You're down by a lot. You're deep in your own end late, so you're just going to be throwing it. The defense knows it. They're pinning their ears back. You're going to have to get rid of it early. Someone is going to have to step up and make a play, and that's going to have to happen a couple of different times if you're going to win this game.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Here comes the heat. He's going up top here late in the game. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Well, talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Quickly to the tight end. He is stopped short of the line to gain. The 4th down try goes awry, and that might just do it. With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback take a knee.